Hello and welcome back to the 90's Mags podcast, your podcast for all things Newcastle United, hosted by two lifelong Newcastle United supporting buddies, myself, D-Man, joined as usual by my co-host Jefferson. How you doing, sir?
What's happening in the context of the game? Of course, not feeling very good, but good to be back in the house. The people to my left and to my right. This what it's all about, man. This what we've been waiting for. So big episode for
Yeah.
us. Episode 100, 100 not
Mm,
out. So that's lifted the spirits, man. How
the
about you?
century, the century, man. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm not gonna let today's game, keep me down for too long. It was a bit of a travesty, but like you said, we're celebrating 100th episode, so it's
Yeah,
not
that's
all
true.
doom and gloom. Not all doom and gloom. But don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you've got a super chat to send through, be much more than welcome. Help the channel grow. But yeah, as you can see, we're joined by he's been on the road once before, I believe. But
Once before,
A
that's
hot
right. Yeah.
minute, wasn't it?
Okay.
NUFC Talk TV chief, Chris himself. How you doing? How you doing?
Well, I'm not doing too good about this match, but I'm happy to be here for the 100th episode of 90's Mags. Thank you for the invite, and of course, you guys are top notch. Since I met Demon at the football terrace, and so I need to get that guy in, and amazing stuff, of course. With Jefferson, always good, very eloquent, and you guys are top notch, man, top notch. So I'm happy to be part of this, and support 90's Mags. Super chat if you can. And of course, hit that like button. That goes a long way. And let us know what you think in the comment section below, of course. But it's a team.
We are knackered.
We are knackered, man. Oh my god, it's unbelievable, man. I just don't know. I would have never thought Brentford would have done that to us.
Well, I can listen. I ain't ashamed to say I put a bet on Brentford to win. 'Cause I knew they was going to do it. Even when we went 1-0 up, I knew he was going to win the game. But we'll get into it. Bigger for those already locked in. Kenny, he's coming first win for Brentford since Win was a lad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny, have you flipped now? That's what I want to know. Have you flipped?
We need to hear Kenny. We need to hear it.
Know
Yeah?
this.
Those two words, illustrious words, right? But big up Connor. He said Brentford beat us twice in one season, scoring 6 goals.
Wowzers.
And he said
That's
one.
insane.
I think it's 1 win in 8 games. I think it's 1 win in 8 now. Yeah, it's that bad. The 1 win was PSV 3-0. Other than that, we've been stinking out the place, mate. Stinking out the place. But who else we got in there? We got Johnny. He said Paul Mitchell was right about a transfer strategy, and this summer proved him right. Eddie Howe has taken us backwards. Interesting. Big up Scant in the building. Hope you're good, sir. Hope you're good.
Gants!
Yeah. You ready for tomorrow's big game against Man City? Good luck with that. But yeah, big up.
Big up.
We got the doc in the building. So good evening, gents. Awesome to see my favourite Mr. Chris himself. So
Hey.
Man, I'll take that for what it is. I hope it's not something else. With the little hardy eyes, But either way, appreciate the love.
yeah. William said the only difference between Eddie Howe and Steve Bruce is about 750 million.
Ooh.
Oh,
But by the
scathing.
way, Chris, William is your countryman. He's from.
He's American.
Is he from? He's from Seattle, right, William? William.
I used to live in Washington. I was deployed there, so yeah. I used to live in Washington, and love. It always rains though, by the way. So I didn't like that part, but either way, welcome one and all.
Yeah.
Welcome one and all.
Hey Betsy, hope you're good. Big up Betsy. Big up Paul as well. Said love both channels. We are knackered. Oh, Chavoy's in the building as well. Hope you're good.
Chavoy, we'll get you in. We'll send you a link because we're not bougie like Chris. We ain't got a phone, we ain't got we're budget budget shack out here. We ain't got a phone line. But
Travoy is good though. He'll definitely be on your side. No doubt about that. Yeah, definitely be on your side.
Big up Carno said, I'm done, guys. I can't watch this anymore. I'm hoping talking about Newcastle and not 90's Max.
Stick with us, stick with us. Come on.
Big up Punt to the building as well.
West Side.
Listen, let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. Because obviously, for those who don't know, we were at home to Brentford today and we lost 3-2, right? Now, Jefferson, quick summary of the game itself.
Well, obviously there was goals in it. We didn't come out the best side of things. But I think it's one clear frustration, isn't it? I think even with the little bits of false hope where we get back into the game, I don't think there was any true conviction. I don't think anyone truly believed we're going to come back and win the game. And I think that the air was kind of sucked out of the atmosphere, or so it seemed from watching it. Um, I think what's crazy in terms of reality is we do seem a bit disjointed, very porous. So at times we were cut through like a knife through butter. And to see a team like Brentford, who only got promoted, what, 5 seasons ago,
Mm.
do the double over us, simply shows the regression. And we're plummeting like a stone through water. It's very, very worrying at the moment. Um, yeah, there was some moments in the game today. I was really disappointed and worried. So obviously some couple of good performances individual performances that we'll talk about, but overall the team, they look completely sapped of confidence, and ultimately I do think it is time for Eddie Howe to go.
Okay, big up. We've got some rivals in the chat. Big up Mido. He's a Man United fan. He said Eddie in.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's loving the Man United 4-game winning streak. I think it is. One more game that brother's got to cut his hair. So you never know. They're gonna draw midweek, innit? You're gonna have to start again. But it is what it is. Big up KJ, obviously Liverpool fan, always here to see Newcastle when they're losing. But big up KJ. Yeah, hope you're good. Hope you're good.
Oh man.
Um, but yeah, listen, this was a Brentford team. Remember, you said about promoted 5 seasons ago. This season they lost their manager, they lost their two best attacking players, one of their best midfielders. You know what I mean? They actually they've done a double over us, and listen, they passed us all over the pitch today. Yeah, another team that plays better football than us. You know, they deserve the win. We huffed and we puffed, right? Got a fortuitous header and a penalty, which shouldn't have been given. Yeah, and let's not forget they should have had a penalty in the first 90
Definitely
seconds. Yeah,
had
we should
one.
talk
Yeah.
about as well. But listen, I actually went to this game thinking that we were going to draw. Yeah, so I knew we wasn't going to win the game. It was good to see Bruno back, but another disjointed performance. You know, we lack creativity. It's a case of, if we're not passing it to the wings and hoping they perform a miracle, we're pumping it long. Like this was a typical Newcastle performance of late. You know what I mean? Offering not much. And the XG, I know we had better XG than them, but if you look at the game itself, there's no way that Brentford deserved to not win that game. You know what I mean? So very disappointed. Chris, what was your summary of the game itself?
It wasn't good at all. It was actually it was decent for. I was excited to see where it was going. It felt like, well, first of all, neither team could get their foot in the beginning, but it felt like Newcastle started building momentum, starting to make attack after attack, and it felt like it was coming. And of course, the goal comes in, which is great, and it feels like this could be it. Matter of fact, I start thinking that this is a game where people say, get carried away and they say we're back and we beat Brentford and all that stuff. And I thought, that, but either way, it's a win. A win is a win. And but man, I was wrong, man. Brentford, they never gave up. They kept attacking, and they split us open without effort. I thought, without effort, and it just, the team feels out of ideas. I have called out for Eddie Howe to make decisions, make quick decisions, be proactive when things are going well, or even when things are going well, to be proactive. He was proactive tonight, but the fact that he had never been throughout his ever, I don't think. What he did tonight leads me to believe that he knows he's up to his neck, and he's just saying, "Look, I need to do something, because we need to win this game. We were 2-1 down, so he puts in Voltemade. He makes all the changes that we've been, for the most part, calling for. Two strikers and go for it type of thing. And but it just didn't work, because no matter how many players you put up front or how you want to make it work, the team doesn't have a clue. the team doesn't have a clue on what they're doing. And that is the bottom line. And it all goes down to Eddie Howe. Unfortunately, it's all down to him. He's the one in charge. He's the one that's confusing his players. The tactics don't work. If one player or two players don't play good or consistently don't play good,
Fall
then
apart.
that's on them.
Yeah.
That's on the players. But if the whole team is not performing well, then the manager is at fault. And no matter if you love him, hate him, whatever, that's just the bottom line. And tonight it was eye-opening. And last but not least, because St. James's Park got tired of it, and they booed him left and right. So
that's very telling. We got a couple super chats. So thank you, Betsy. Said happy 100th episode. Appreciate it. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Betsy.
I think we got another one from Nash. Big up, Nash. Arsenal fan.
Nash.
Yeah. He's asked, big up.
Big up.
We've got one more as well. I think from, who's that? Sapir. Get that fraud how out my club now. Appreciate it.
Big up.
But yeah, like Mido says, slap the likes, push the like button. Only takes a second. Be much appreciated. Help us with the algorithm. Help us grow. So appreciate it if you can. Yeah.
That's right.
Jefferson, what were your thoughts on the lineup itself? Any qualms about that?
Well, I was happy to see that Botman was starting. I was a bit worried coming into this game that we've seen the favoritism historically that Burn, I need to call him Pope, that Burn would come into the team. Murphy, I was shocked at because of how well Elanga did when he came on against City. I thought that Murphy, oh my lord, I thought that Elanga would start in place of Murphy. So
yeah,
we've talked about this before in terms of Visser being like 5'9". I'm actually 5'9" and a bit. Like we talked about, unless you're prime Les Ferdinand, he's not going to leap that high to get these crosses. So the idea of playing Murphy is essentially to cross the ball. So for me, that was the wrong selection. But obviously seeing Bruno back in the lineup lifts your spirits. He is our linchpin. He is our talisman. And you think that he would be enough to drag the team along. But I was kind of biting my nails seeing Trippier in this side because that boy...
He's finished.
Or should I say that OAP, he's been rinsed to shreds the last couple of games. And he's cost us.
Yeah.
So...
big up Johnny, another super chat. Said, how can't gaslight the fan base anymore? The boos let him know we're onto him. It's not just online fans. Credit in the bank has gone.
But the thing about that is, think about it, right? Because we've been told and lied to by some match-going fans. I don't want to name people, Mighty Win, who I don't like. But he's been telling us, everything is great. Newcastle fans, they support the team. Online fans are the ones doing all that crap. This doesn't happen. The boos don't just happen overnight. This doesn't. So I've been saying fans are going to go there and cheer and chant because they're supporters. They have to go out there and support the team on match day. But they're not idiots. They know what's happening. So this didn't happen overnight. It's clear and evident that they're tired of it. So they say, you know what, we travel away. We're going to Karabakh now. We chant, we support and all that, and they still not getting it. So maybe we need to do the opposite then, and let's see if they wake up. So I don't know if it's going to be enough, but it's telling that the stadium basically.
And as usual, we're gonna have a talk about Eddie Howe's future. But just quickly, big up Nash again. He said, big up the guys. Appreciate the content. So appreciate it.
Thank you, Nash. Respect, man. Respect.
I was surprised that Elanga didn't start. I was also surprised that Dan Burn didn't start simply because he's Eddie Howe's favourite. So, but he made the choice of rest Burn and put Murphy on. The Murphy one I will never understand because he's coming back from injury. Elanga's playing well. He needs to run the games. Very strange. But getting into the game, before I get to some of these comments, getting into the game itself. Obviously, the first talking point, 90 seconds in, Trippier tugs the Brentford player, I forgot who it was, and there appeals for a penalty. Yeah?
It was
Chris.
Keane Lewis Potter, I think.
Keane Lewis Potter. Chris, was that a penalty, yes or no?
For Brentford.
Yeah.
You're talking about, yeah. I mean, to me, obviously he doesn't mean to do it. Well, I don't even know if he doesn't mean to, because if he does this, then he probably meant to do something. I don't know. Maybe it was just an instinct, but touch the arm, and the arm is out. So I think that's a penalty. That's a penalty for me.
Jefferson, can you understand why it wasn't given?
Originally, I thought they might have thought the tug it does start outside the area, but he does go down in the box. But
then that would be outside.
Apart from maybe theatric, they might think it's theatrics, the way that he's gone down. But for the life of me, I couldn't understand why it weren't given. So I mean, we give thanks to God. That was lucky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because there was a similar one when we played Bournemouth away, didn't it? When Voltemada got tugged. Remember that one?
Yeah.
And he didn't go down and stuff. So maybe I don't know. To me, it's a penalty. I know.
Just to say, and I still think Trippier is liable for the mistake. However, Thiaw does not do himself any favors, man, because he vacates the spot. I don't know if he follows the ball. I don't know if he thinks he's going to go for a second ball and he can get it, but he's in no man's land. Trippier has to close the gap there. Maybe it was revenge for the mistake at Liverpool and said, there you go, mate, deal with that. But yeah, Thiaw doesn't do him any favors. If Thiaw's in that channel and stays, that doesn't happen really.
Yeah. All right. We've got some comments about the penalty. Cuff said, big up Cuff said, no, that wasn't a pen. Slightest tug on the sleeve and his knee gives way. No chance.
Cuff, come on, man. Come on.
William said, was a penalty if he didn't try to oversell it. He went down too easy. Okay, interesting. And Carnell says, I think the pen was very harsh. We never get those ones. Fair enough. Well, so let's talk. So obviously we take the lead now. Botman's first goal.
Big up, Dom.
Big up yourself. What was it? Was it a Bruno corner? Botman heads it in. Anyone want to say too much about that goal itself? It looked a bit fortuitous the way he's headed it and it's gone down. But what's your thoughts, Jefferson?
It was prime Alan Shearer / Duncan Ferguson, wasn't it? I don't know. He sort of tilted and spun mid-air, and then he sort of heads it backwards, and
the fact it bounced into the net says it all, bruv. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
But heck of a delivery, and it's an assist for Bruno. So it just shows the impact, that quality of delivery. You put someone on it, you literally cough or sneeze, and it's in the back of the net. So this is what we need, isn't it?
So just quickly, Scats has come with a super chat. Big up Scats. He said,
big up Scats.
He said, where's Specs to answer for his crimes? That's
Thank you.
That's Geordie Dread, by the way. From Summer, he said Howe and the sporting director drama. Every 3 days ain't for everyone. That's Scats' favourite quote,
Specs
every 3 days.
Blasted me on the cup win episode, and I'll never forget that. I'm always right.
Hashtag how sexual. Listen, I need to speak to Specs because even he cannot defend Eddie Howe. I know we've started to come over to this side, but even he has to say, you know what, enough's enough, man.
It's done.
Enough. But it is what it is.
And no, it's a good conversation to have, But the thing is, I don't have a clue what the answer is, to be honest. I mean, sack him now, fair enough, sack him. But you got to have a long-term solution. You can't just have. We can't get another gamble, man, because we're gonna be in the same situation again.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. Obviously, you're right. You can't gamble, and maybe now's not the right time. It has to be the summer. But either way, he cannot continue next season. He can't.
Oh yeah, no, it's clear and evident that he's not changing. He's not changing, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. He's not. You can't. You play in Brentford, man. They lost everybody in the summer, and we can't complain about Isak, man. That's very poor. That cannot be the excuse.
Isak, injuries, you can't blame it all. You can't. We had the squad. We had the transfer after the transfer window when we brought in his players. We had a sufficient squad. So I'm not airing its injury talk either. But Jefferson, this one's for you. Cuff said, "I've joined the dark side now. I'm trying to be negative and still think that wasn't a pen."
Welcome.
Big up. Kim Cameron said it was a lucky touch from Botman. Maybe. Big up Joey. He said, "Big up 90's Mags and Chris." Big up.
Yes, mate.
Cuff said, speaking of corners, the great delivery from Bruno, which led to the goal, but later in the half, Tonali was taking them and hoofed it out of play. Why take Bruno off corners? Trippier did the same thing. He hoofed it out of play as well.
No, he wasn't, because there's no direction, man. There's no direction. There's no roles. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
One day, one takes the free kicks or the set pieces. Whoever's up for it takes them, and that is rubbish. You shouldn't need to make a whole conversation to decide who to take what. And also, by the way, I understand the Bruno love, and Bruno was decent as well as Tonali, in my opinion, in the first couple of minutes where Newcastle had some momentum. But to me, they all were rubbish. They all were rubbish.
Oh,
After the
listen,
game.
to me, only two
A
players.
penalty is great, but
Yeah,
go on, sorry.
only two players really for me turned up, and one was a sub. Yeah, one was Lewis Hall
Elanga.
and Elanga.
Elanga.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Langa.
That was it. So
Elanga was up for it, man.
I
Elanga
thought
was.
Botman did all right in the first half, and then he sort of dropped off in the second half.
yeah, it's not good enough for many of them. But listen, we take the lead, and as usual, when we take the lead, we can't hold on to it. Yeah, as usual, right? It's ridiculous now. It's a point that like, I sat in my living room when Botman scored. My son jumped up and screamed. I sat there saying we scored a goal. Yeah, because I know what's going to happen. This script has been written so many times before. Yeah, every time we score, we concede. Yeah, I don't know how long it took for Brentford to equalise, but they equalised. It was the header, wasn't it? The header.
No, that wasn't. Yeah, it was the header.
It was the
Sorry,
header.
right.
Yeah, I can't remember who scored it, but they got the header.
Easy.
Way too easy. Way too easy. Yeah.
Oh, Yanel. Vitaly
Yeah.
Yanel, yeah.
Now that's when they said it was the cross of the season, blah blah blah, whatever. Good delivery, don't get me wrong. Very good delivery.
Dango Ouattara was just on smoke, wasn't he? And yeah, that once they knew he could get at Trippier, Eddie had to make that change.
That's what I'm saying. Be proactive with it. That you see what's happening. You see the guy's getting murdered. He's getting murdered on that side. Yeah. But listen, they get the goal, and then comes the dodgiest decision. Their penalty. Yeah. Now, is this a case of the ref making up for the previous one, or does he really think that's an actual penalty? Because Jefferson, what's your thought? Do you think that was a penalty?
I don't think Murphy's the type of player that would purposefully handball it.
But ain't got nothing to do with it.
At first sight, it looks close to his body, but when you have a look, his arm does slightly swing out.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, by the way.
But if you remember the goal that we got let off, that I think it was Ouattara that actually scored it against us, Bournemouth last season.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And they said it was a handball, wasn't it? Because it was below the shoulder. I mean, this one is clearly here. So in that instance, you kind of have to give it.
Scant said the penalty was goal
was a
bound.
penalty.
Yeah. So you're saying it's a penalty, Chris?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a penalty. Jefferson talking about intent and he didn't mean to. That ain't got nothing to do with it, man. It's intentions. We don't know nobody's intentions. You know what I mean? So he arm out penalty all day, and that's a mistake on him. Who was again Murphy's just not good anymore. It's just as simple. He was good putting him in crosses earlier on, but now he's completely off. One thing that happens as well, by the way, when that is detrimental to the team is when you're on and off, switching them off all the time. You don't know who's playing. Sometimes you can't explain who's like Elanga should be starting some games now. It shouldn't be just a sub. And Voltemara Wissa, one plays one game, the other one the other, and it's just no consistency. Players don't know what's going on. They're all confused, man. They're all confused.
Smash the like, people. We've got 62 in there. I think we're on 22 likes. See if we can get up to 35 to 40 likes before in the next few minutes. Only takes a second. Be much appreciated. Smash the like if you think that was a penalty. Yeah. Smash the like if you think it wasn't a penalty. Yeah. Smash the like if you think Eddie Howe needs to go. You know what I mean? Vote with your fingers, man. Vote with your fingers. But yeah, listen. 2-1 down. Going into the half time. And did you guys hear the boos at halftime?
Oh, yeah.
I heard it through my TV. Yeah, I heard it through my TV. There were boos, right? Like I said, like I said, Chris, the match going crowd, they're not stupid. They're not stupid. Right. They're tired of this dross. But are their boos directed at the players or they're directed towards the management?
I thought it was the referee.
Or the referee.
Because they gave the pen. That's what I thought.
No, man, because after the game, it was the same. No. Listen, I was there at the Villa game, and they booed the referee a lot. And but no, this was different. This was for the team. I don't know. I don't think that right now per se they're going to say Eddie Howe out or sing anything like that or sacked in the morning, more or less. I don't think they're going to do that. But it's going there. It's going there. Right now they're booing at the team. So nobody can say it's one particular culprit. You know what I mean? Everybody. But at some point, it's going to get to there. It's going to get to that point.
Well, I wonder how bad does it need to be? Because this one win in 8, yeah, sitting in 12th in the league, out the League Cup, more than likely going to be out the FA Cup next week. What will it take? What will it take? But
is Tottenham? Yeah, well, there you go. You know, you got the good thing for them, which is not even a good thing for us. Period. This season, or under Eddie Howe, is the away games. You know, but the good thing could be that we're away. So the fans, but the away fans are also they're less patient than the home fans. So there's no escaping this.
there isn't, and we'll talk about the upcoming Tottenham game anyway shortly after before we leave anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, going down 2-1 at halftime. Like I said, Chris, Eddie did ring the changes. He brought Voltemada and Elanga on. I think he brought someone else on as well. No, brought those two on, should we say? And he played Voltemada and Vissa up top again. Yeah, he did that. It's the last game when we were losing. He did that again. What were your thoughts on his subs, Jefferson?
I get confused when all these changes happen because I don't know what shape we're at. If it's I felt like when Osula was on, it was a 4-2-4. But before that, I was like, what on earth are we playing here? I mean, there were a couple of encouraging things because I noticed like Voltemada was literally sitting in midfield at points. He did link up a bit well. He made a few forages into the box, so he got more touches of the ball. But ultimately, I don't think it worked. I agree with Chris that Eddie tried to be proactive, but the issue is you've got the chess pieces on the board, but you need the strategy and the tactics, and that's what's missing. So it's not as simple as saying, "Go on, do your stuff." You need to know how to move them and position them. So that there was a bit of that going on, but I just find it chaotic and very confusing when all these changes come on. I couldn't tell you what shape we were playing, honestly.
Yeah, it was. It did look a bit of a mishmash of tactics. Chris, what were your thoughts?
Well, I thought the actions were warranted. We needed to bring somebody, bring changes. I didn't think he was going to do it as usual because it doesn't happen, but he did, and that was good. But you know, at the end of the day, again, the team doesn't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Everything just free. Everybody just freelances, and that's the issue. Nobody has any type of role. I mean, once again, you look at it from the set piece standpoint. Nobody knows who's taking them. Everybody, they switch off corners. It's just all over the place. There's no clear direction, and again, it begs the question. You know, what's going on here? Because if Eddie Howe sees it, he's clearly not correcting it, and if he is the problem, but if he is correcting it, then the players are not listening to him. So either way, it's not a good outcome.
Well, we get back into the game, yeah, with the penalty decision that's on our way. I forgot who put the ball through to Elanga, but he's great. Was it him that put it across? He put it across, and Bruno's been judged to be fouled. Now, Chris, was this a Stonewall penalty for you, or were we fortunate to get this one?
Wow. Well, I didn't think it was, and then I thought it was, and then so I'm in between really right now. But I mean, Bruno is he's ahead of the other defender. So if you think about it, he doesn't have a reason to go down. He can just take care of business. But I do think it was a penalty. I do think it was a penalty. But it's it's a soft one, if you will. But it was a penalty overall.
Jefferson, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a pen. It's a pen for me. It's a definite pen.
I suppose it is, but to me the trip is accidental. Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know.
So then does that mean he's not in control because he's taken the player out?
Well, like Scott said, it's a tangle of legs.
Well, either way, again, accident. Either way, intentions had nothing to do with it. You know, accidents happen, but if you trip the other player, then you go down. But I just, again, that's why I think it's a bit dodgy, but it was a penalty overall because at the end of the day he trips him. So, and I thought it was going to be a lot worse, by the way, because the way Bruno was going on, I thought he tore his leg.
Yeah. Well, good ball across from Elanga, by the way. Good delivery
from the left.
From the left, yeah. So he showed a bit of because he did it on the right as well for Malik Chow. But listen, at 2-2, Jefferson, did you think we'd go on to win the game, or did you still think the inevitable was going to happen?
No. Unfortunately, it just felt like we were always against the run of play. We never gathered enough momentum in the game. Oh, wind's pulled. Look at that. He's like the Toon Hugh Hefner. Yeah. What I would say as well, for that passage of play for Melanga, that's where he suits best because it's counter-attack. This is what when the game's open and he can spread the play, that's where he's best. So maybe we found his role. When teams get tired, it's the last 20 minutes, the game is stretched, it becomes a bit of a basketball game. That's where you're going to see the best of him. Running into space, stretching the other teams.
Hello, Win. Can you hear us? You in?
I can hear you, yeah.
Good to have you on, my friend. Good to have you on.
Oi.
Yeah?
We are here.
Yeah? Have you got Eddie Howe with you?
Well, not good, obviously. But,
yeah, go on.
But the thing is, what I've always said about Eddie, it's about results. That's a bad result. And for the first time ever today, at half-time and full-time, the boos were ringing round. And it's got nothing to do with what you think or what I think. When the crowd turns, things are happening.
Were you booing?
What's that, sorry?
Were you booing?
I wasn't booing, no. I'll never boo. Not in the crowd. I will never boo in the ground.
Okay.
Well, it'll take a lot to make me boo in the ground.
And that's anyway, go on. Numpty.
Okay, all right.
Are you Eddie out now? That's what everybody in the chat's waiting to hear. Are you Eddie out now, my friend?
I'm Eddie out now.
Oh.
He's got him and his buttons. Him and his buttons.
So that's not you then. You don't agree?
I am.
Eddie out now.
I'm actually not as close to Eddie out now as I was after the Man United game.
Proves
However, there are a lot of questions to be answered, and the post-match press thing that he did, the interview, says to me, he's kind of.
He knows his time's up.
He's lost faith, and in the NUFC talk reaction, the live reaction after the show, I thought Andy hit the nail on the head. Eddie has got one way of playing, and that is intensity, pressing. And right now, we have not got the players to do that. And without the pressing game, we just look lost. We look absolutely lost.
The pressing game is becoming obsolete. Once it doesn't work,
he
has no other ideas. He has no other plans.
My honourable friend.
Correct. I agree. D-Man, I agree with you there. He has not got another plan.
Win.
And that is really worrying.
Win, my honourable friend. Are you going to agree that after over a year of us going back and forth on this, that I am correct?
Turn around. I'll give it one of the boys.
Oh, look who it is. It's Hamrit.
What is this?
Look, it's a takeover. Look at this.
What's going on?
I'll tell you now.
He's brought in
Newcastle need to have a change right now.
Yes!
We need a change.
We need to change. Listen, coming from a proper gunner, Newcastle need to change because we need Newcastle to do better than they did today.
Yes.
You know what we need?
Yeah. Pussy club.
I tell
Hey,
you
I'm
now,
gonna mute you lot in a
we
minute, man. Get on with it.
changed. Today's game was shocking.
Well done, well done. What's the language?
Okay, let's not swear. On Channel 4, please don't swear. AJ, cigarette. Okay.
What's going on here? Win.
I am not the only chocolate here.
You are live now.
It's another chocolate. Hello, Jefferson.
Oh my
Hello, Jefferson. What's going on? D-man. This,
My boy.
Christy. Oh, it's a lot of chocolate going on here.
This is my bro.
My guy.
This is
Bless,
live. It's live.
Hey,
bless.
listen.
Newcastle is going to bounce back. I understand.
Yes.
We're bouncing back. Sunderland, I don't want you to bounce back, Sunderland. Stay
Come
there.
on, bro.
All
Scumbags.
right, all right. Hey,
That
listen.
might have to be the
Listen,
of the year
listen,
so far. I'm not
Listen.
the only
listen.
chocolate. That is hilarious. Oh my god.
Man them today. Man them here.
I'm Ritz gone all gangster. Wow, this is anyway,
Oh
guys.
my god.
Thank you very
Listen.
much.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna listen.
Thank you. Have a good night, lads.
Big up, lads. Right? We got a show to carry on. Right? Listen.
Yeah.
Right. So
Well, we
Oh,
said it was
man.
kind of a celebration of sorts. That
yeah, not that kind of
definitely
celebration,
celebrated tonight.
man. But listen, Jefferson, when we went 2-2, did you think we was gonna win that game?
No, I mean, like I was saying, it never feels in games this season, particularly, and towards the end of last season, that we have any kind of control. The momentum was always in their favour, and it felt like if they stepped it up, they would get a goal. Because I think they did have quality up there with Ouattara and Thiago. And it felt like Keith Andrews had tweaked in game to make changes. The funniest thing, actually, if you look at Keith Andrews, I think he went to a 4-5-1, went a bit defensive, and then switched tact again once he realised he made a mistake. So props to him. But yeah, I didn't think we were going to come back to win the game.
What about you, Chris? What were your thoughts when we went to 2-2? Because a lot of people saying, you know what, we can get it back, we can win this now.
Well, no. Not after we equalize. You know, a penalty is nothing you did right. It's just a penalty. It's a mistake from the other. So we 2-2, and I was happy that we scored, but a draw wasn't enough. So a draw is not enough against Brentford at home, especially with what we got coming up. So I didn't think we were going to win it at all, and I knew 2-2 was not going to be enough. But 2-2 was going to be enough for some people to justify this nonsense on and on and on. So I'm not saying thankfully we lost, but that reality, we don't have to deal with those people anymore because we ended up losing, of course. So, but no, never thought that we were going to win at all.
Okay. Well, on the goal itself, yeah, should Pope have done better with it? Or is he unlucky because it's nutmegged him?
I mean, his legs are wide open,
Oh, that Pope, yeah. I mean, it wasn't good.
We talk about him struggling. If it's in the air, he seems to be very strong. When it's low, he just seems to struggle, He seems to struggle.
Yeah. I mean, I think this got hit on the break, good strike, but yeah, I think he should have done better.
Big up Marco, another Arsenal fan.
We've got them all in the building.
They're all here when we lose. They come through when we lose, don't they? They always come through when we lose.
That's what I'm trying to get Win off mute.
Win.
Well, he's probably got to mute himself. But he's knackered right now, so I wouldn't bother trying to explain.
Yeah. Scant said I can't blame for Pope for that one. Yeah, I suppose maybe unlucky.
It's a good finish, but yeah, his legs are wide open, man.
But listen, that leaves us 12th in the league, right? 1 win in 8 in all competitions. I think that's three consecutive home defeats in all competitions as well. Chris, where's the season going, man? Where's it going?
It going nowhere. What do you mean? It's going nowhere. I mean, listen. Here's the situation. It's getting tougher trying to say this because I feel now like a happy clapper because I think this is the only thing that a happy clapper can say is keep betting until the end of the season at this point. But you got to be really smart. Whatever decision you make, you got to be really smart. You can't just make a decision for the sake of doing it. You got to have a long-term an upgrade to Eddie Howe, and that's not Iriola. That's not an upgrade. Iriola is just another Eddie Howe, if you think about it. Iriola, just for the sake of just for that example, it's just another gamble, another manager that's doing things decent in a lower team that would come here, delighted to come here and put some new ideas, get you a new manager bounce. But at the end of the day, it's not really a manager that everybody thinks, wow, Newcastle just got Iriola. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be really smart, and it has to be a long-term decision. It can't just be an intern or a gamble like, again, Iriola or any of these little managers that are out there. Even Glasner, with all due respect, they won the FA Cup with Crystal Palace. Oh, that's amazing, right?
And the
But we
Europa
don't need
League,
that.
Chris. And
Yeah,
the
that's
Europa
right as well.
League.
But we need something else, man. We need something else. We don't, we need a clear cut name that people say, "Wow, that's a manager that they got." And I'm not talking about Pep Guardiola either, but there are some in between. So that's all I got to say.
Okay.
Can Chavoy, can you hear us?
Can you hear us,
Yeah, I
Chavoy?
can hear you guys. You okay?
Yeah, we can
Big
hear
up,
you as
Chavoy. How
well.
are you doing, sir? Got Davidson on the show. Hope you're doing good, my friend. Hope you're doing
Welcome.
Yeah, I
good.
hope y'all are doing good too. I've been checking y'all out the whole last like since y'all start the show. Pretty good show. Good to have Chris on the show also.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Well, let's get straight into it, Chavoy. I've got a question for you, right? I'm going to read Eddie Howe's
Mm,
comments, right, after the game.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "There's a harsh reality for me. I need to think long and hard about me. I need to work better and do more. Work out solutions. I need to take full responsibility for what you see on the pitch. I always feel under pressure, so it's irrelevant to me. The pressure I put on myself couldn't be more extreme. I'm obviously not doing my job well enough. It's a difficult moment for us. There's no denying it. Today we have to take full responsibility, full accountability. Now, do you think that's a man that's defeated, or he's determined to find a solution to continue?"
Well, I could have told him that like 8 months ago, exactly what he's saying there. I could have told him that like 8 months ago that, you know, he needs to take responsibility and more responsibility. I think it's like our fans are the ones, especially the ones who've been banging on for Eddie all the time. They're the ones who has made him not responsible for what has been happening this year. Since the Sunderland game, to me, he needed to go after the Sunderland game, and then it's all spiraled down from there, from that one game. And what he's saying now, you know, he's determined. If he determined to take us anywhere, I don't think us need a change right now. And it's hard to say, and it's hard for fans to understand, but we need a change. Michael Carrick is going into Man. I know Michael Carrick is different too if a new manager comes in, but you need that new manager bounce. And with the short amount of games left, I can't even see us winning in the next 7 games. I can't see us winning the next 7, realistically.
Yeah, that's a damning place to be, because apart from maybe home to Karabag, I'm not
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about the rest of them.
We'll
I'm
be
not.
lucky
and
to
then
get 50 points this season. I think we'll
yeah,
be
and then
very
if you
lucky.
go and lose against Sunderland again, or even draw against Sunderland, and not put the game right from last year, we literally, if you lose that game, then like that's it. I don't see him coming back from that game ever.
Yeah. Well,
Mm,
Big up Punkman. Punkman said it will take 12 million to pay him off, so maybe that's why
mm.
they don't want to, make the decision now. It's a financial thing.
Does
Um,
that count towards PSR?
Yeah, I think that does come towards PSR.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
because technically it's a wage, isn't it?
yeah.
Technically it's a wage. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
they just should have took the money that we had, we had in January and paid him off for that.
Well, they did say we had 25 million to spend, so
Yeah.
but it's a comment from Scanter said, "What top managers coming to Newcastle? No disrespect, not going to be in a good shape come the summer." And that's an interesting thing because we all know the speculation surrounding Tonali. There's some stuff come out about Bruno today. Anthony Gordon probably is playing like he wants out. Tino as well. So we're going to be decimated. And if we're out of Europe, what's the attraction going to be to come to Newcastle?
well, unless there's a PIF master plan where both Inzaghi and Mitchell are at PIF run club in Al Hilal, because there was rumours of the club talking to Inzaghi last January.
No
I
way.
think it's going to be a wing and a prayer of us getting a top manager in, because the last 2 summers have been an absolute PR disaster. Unfortunately, people see us as a smaller club now. And I also think the state of our football is so poor, we've almost regressed to the times of Steve Bruce. So I think we just need a manager that can come in and get us playing decent football again, get the confidence going, even if they're more of an interim manager that doesn't last long, 18 months, just to get us back to a certain level, because the football is really dire at the moment.
Smash the likes, people. Get the like count up. Keep them coming. Help the channel grow. We much appreciate it. Only takes a second. So please, I know
Lee
we've got
Mags!
viewings. So big up Lee Mags in the building. Hope you smash the likes on the way in. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Chris, I know you're pressed for time and stuff. But just quickly, we've got Spurs coming up on Tuesday, right? Now Spurs, they've lost to Man United today. They've got injuries and suspensions. You know, they're sitting below us in the league somehow.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts going into that game? Do you think that we will get a win, or do you think Spurs smell blood? Because given our away record as well, it's terrible. Their home
It's
record ain't
terrible.
the best either. They're missing key players, but you know, when we go to Spurs low on confidence, we usually get trounced. So, what's your thoughts on that one?
Well, it's going to be a difficult game. I don't think that. Usually we do decent over there, though. But again, I don't think that history matters on anything, really. You just got to go out there and deliver every time. And right now, we're not in that position. It's just that simple. We're not in a position to deliver great performances. We're going to have to get over. We're going to have to just try to get a result. It might not be pretty, but we got to be smart. We got to be smart. And that's why, again, man, you don't want to beat the same drum. Wolves, massive. Today against Brentford, massive. People just wrote it like, they just said it's no big deal. It happens. Any game in the Premier League is a tough one. All a bunch of rubbish sayings. They're weak teams everywhere. You got to beat the weak teams if you're a big dog. And clearly Newcastle couldn't do that. And now you're gonna have to go out there away. I'm telling you, this could be it. This could be the end of an era. And if it's happening right now, and that's the reaction from fans, from match-going fans and fans all over the place, and imagine what's going to happen when you go away to all those places that we're going. And at the end of the day, you can lose, right? That's fine. But given good performances, might make things better. But the way we lose is unbelievable, man. We just roll over, and that's not going to be acceptable.
And the thing is, everyone in the chat, there's not one person that thinks we're going to beat Spurs. And that's very telling. That's very telling. And like I said, when is the next win going to come from? Because we're away to Aston Villa in the FA Cup. Okay, we can go into that one with no pressure. And Villa ain't on the best of runs. But
Right.
guess they've got one win in how many games? But guess who that wins against? Newcastle. Yeah, other than that, they ain't really won a game. You know what I mean? Like, they're struggling for wins. So they're going to be confident against us. We've got to go away to in Azerbaijan to Karabakh. That's going to be a tough game. Tougher than a lot of people think.
Carry
So
a bag.
Everton as well got the win. I think away win. Did they win today at Fulham?
Yeah.
Yeah. So their tails are going to be up. Well, where there's not a single game in the next 5 or 6 where you can think, yeah, that's a banker. Yeah. And that's scary. That is actually scary. You know what I mean? So
Well, yeah.
you're going what you say?
No, I mean Karabakh. To be fair, I think if we don't beat them, I think we could beat them. No problem. But again,
We should be beating them.
yeah,
I
but
think
again, that's
away
what it
will be
should happen,
difficult.
though.
I think away will be difficult because of the weather, the flight is a long journey, the time difference as well. I think it's 4 hours. So we might even have some lag after the game. But I think at home we will beat them, but the pressure's on to beat them 3 or 4-0 because we need a buffer. And then are we playing them away first or at home?
Away.
Away
Oh,
first.
wait.
Okay, so that's a problem. So even if we are going to be in a situation we lose, we need to keep it down to maybe like 2, and then I think we roast them at home. Not quite like Liverpool winning 6-0, 6-1, but I think we can beat them 3 or 4 at home. But the away game will be a bit tricky, I think.
Chavoy, what's your thoughts on the Spurs game?
Normally we do well. Spurs don't travel well to us, but this year they managed to get a draw when we were 2-0 up. Actually, remember? So they don't really travel good up to St. James's Park, and we don't really we ain't got no away record to stand on our own 2 feet at the moment. So the thing is with me is he going to play Trippier or Maffey or even to Joe Willock in this game against Spurs? Because if Trippier plays against Spurs, at least they have wingers and they have a striker in Solanke. You know what I mean? Or Richarlison if he's fit or whatever. So it is a hard game. I mean, I can see us losing that game 2-1. You know, because like you said, you can't see a win in the next 5, 6 games really, besides Karabakh. So the thing is, we don't win the midfield battle, and you know that a football game, you need to win the midfield battle. That's the engine. So you need to win that fast before anything. But everybody cut through our midfield like anything. And Spurs, they don't have a bad midfield, just that they can't pick up results at the moment. So it's gonna be a tough game. I think the best we can hope for is a draw, actually, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
dark.
it's not gonna be enough on the point side of thing though. That's the problem.
It's
Uh,
not.
No,
But in a world, is there a scenario where we lose that game and that's enough? The board think enough, or what will it take for Eddie Howe to be relieved of his duties
Well,
mid-season?
they start booing the ownership and the directors. That's when they don't give a damn.
yeah,
Uh,
when the fans start tanning, that's when normally the board have to actually look at that. Is every club's like that, not just Newcastle. You know, when the fans tan, that is when the board start listening to the fans after.
Yeah,
So that's probably the only thing that's going to make them tan. But you know, I remember Chris saying he wanted Eddie to stay until the end of the season because maybe changing right now is not a good thing. But I think it is a good thing right now
yeah.
because I can't see him. The players have stopped playing for him. You could see tonight. You look at Botman, how frustrated he was. You look at um, even to when Murphy did something on the wing, he was looked frustrated, and Lewis Hall was frustrated
Well,
as
I've
hell
never seen
tonight.
Lewis Hall like that at all.
And he was the only one that showed me passion and fight tonight. He's been our best player for at least 10 games straight. If you want me to be honest with you, and you shouldn't be
yeah.
relying on a 21-year-old left back to be your best player.
That
You
sums it up.
know,
It sums it up.
and he was so frustrated, and I could see it all in their faces tonight. They were like, literally. And Tonali, he looked out of it, like he doesn't even.
Yeah.
He's given up on Eddie Howe's system. You can
So,
see
so,
because
so,
All
all
dropped to the
so, so-
floor.
sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you. We got Specs in the building, right? He said
Got
it's
yeah.
specs
dark,
in there.
dark time. So big up Specs. Big up Geordie Dread. Specs. As Eddie Howe's #1 fan, we want to know. The panel want to know. Those in the comments want to know. What's your thoughts on him now? Yeah. And there's another comment from the doc in there, right? He put a couple comments in there, yeah. And he said, breaking news: Eddie will be sacked in the morning. This news hitting here in the goal. Doc, it's not happening. It's not happening. I don't know what news you're
It's not
hearing,
happening.
but he's not happening.
And
He's
Is
not
that
it's not
bogus?
happening.
Is that bogus?
happening.
Listen, great show. I gotta go, lads. But great show, and thank you for
Appreciate it,
having me
Chris.
on. I appreciate you
No,
guys.
thanks for
Thank
coming
Thank
you.
you,
on.
90s mag.
Chris.
Up the 90s
Take care.
mags, man. Up the 90s mags. Take care,
Big
guys.
up,
Take
Big up,
care. Have a
Chris.
big
good
up.
day.
Take
Nice
care.
Cheers.
one.
Yeah. My boy says another Arsenal fan just jumped in. I think he actually put an interesting question. Thing it says, I get the issues about how, yet it's rather simplistic for main issues placed solely in his hands. In the spirit of wider thinking, what do you lads think are some of the other issues in the club?
The board won't sack him. That's it. The board won't
So,
sack him.
so
They know.
says we've been on a long journey in terms of being Eddie out, but it's not as simple as just the manager. It's the way that he's treated the previous directors of football. It's the poor recruitment, the nepotism of get upgrading his nephew as his replacement. It's the lack of tactics, poor decision making, being reactive, not proactive. This summer, spending how much? 250 million, and he spent 700. Is it just nearly 750 million in total? At some point, the chickens come home to roost. So it's not a hatred campaign, but it's one individual who somehow has accrued so much power in the club. And it's not like we're not thankful for what he's done, in our great times. But unfortunately, the longer he stays, it's arguably eroding the hard work that he's put in. And I think, okay, it comes down to money and livelihoods, but maybe he should just walk away.
Specs, big up Specs. He's come back and he said before the game it was borrowed time, but now I think there's nothing he can do to change it. Specs, are you going to say those 2 words? Those 2 words that everyone wants to hear you say? Yeah?
Eddie out, baby.
Are you going to say it? Yeah. But listen, there's 87 of you guys in. Much appreciated. Please hit the like button. We're trying to, I don't know how many we've
hit
got
those
now.
likes.
We're trying to
Hit
get it up
the
to
likes,
at least
please,
60 likes, man.
people.
60 likes. Surely we can do it, man. We can do it. 60 likes before we go off air. But
We're gonna say we got the
no. I said before we go
right?
off air. No. Before we go off air, I want to have 60 likes. That's what I'm saying. We need to have 60 likes before we go off air. Yeah. But yeah, listen. We know Eddie's not going for now. I still believe this is his last season. I think he walks end of the season. Travoy, before we go on to move on, realistically, where do you think we're going to finish in this league?
Ooh, that's pretty heavy. There, like before the last 3 games, I would have said probably 7th, but now I'm going for bang in the middle. I go on 10th,
Yeah, I
bang
agree.
in the middle. But if you look at the football we playing, guys, and the style of football we playing under Eddie Howe, don't be surprised. We 4 points from 16th. 4 points from 16th.
Ooh.
And
Right?
that's from Leeds, isn't it? That's Leeds.
So don't be surprised now that we end up probably around the same positions, 12, 11, 10. That is the 3 positions, because everybody above us and some below us are actually playing better football than us, bro.
Yeah.
That's all you need to realize.
Mark Rosario asked, did Voldemort the players a 10 today?
At points, he was almost an 8 at points, wasn't he? He was that deep.
It was a bit mad. It's a bit mad. William said 11th, just like his first season. That's where we're going to finish.
Wouldn't that be ironic?
Specs said, I've been saying 10th or below months ago. Yes, he did. He's been saying for a while now. He finished 10th or below.
Specs, my brother. You know I respect you. I got love for you, man. But how long have I been calling this brother Eddie Howe out, man? And you weren't seeing the light, my friend. Hopefully now you see it. Yeah?
But yeah, listen, it's not good. Yeah. And we're out of the League Cup. We could be 13th tomorrow. I think did Brighton play Palace tomorrow, isn't it? If they beat Palace, they go above us.
We're sinking.
We could be in 13th place.
Sinking like a stone.
It's crazy.
Hey, guys, I wanted to ask you all something about Walter May tonight, right? He came on and he played in the number 10, like in this number 10 role, or like a floating midfield number 10. I don't know where the hell he was playing, but he was somewhere in there. And he actually took some nice little touches. And I went on Chris's show the other day, and I tried to explain to him and Win about Walter Mayer is a striker. He likes to drop into the hole, and he needs probably 3 to 4 seconds to actually hold the ball fast before actually being able to play. And that is his biggest problem, because he loses it in those 3-4 seconds. So I just want to know from you guys, like tonight now, if we would have started Langa, Walter Mayer, Visser up top, and Barnes and Tonali and Bruno behind those 2, you think that would have made a difference, or it's just that Eddie Howe's style in football is just out?
I don't think Eddie Howe would know what to do. Wouldn't know what to do with that formation. I really don't. Yeah, there's a reason why he only puts them on Vista and Baltimore when we're chasing a game. Yeah, because he's just throwing caution to the wind without any plan, without any game plan. Like, the guy is clueless. He doesn't know how to use Voldemort. Voldemort, don't get me wrong, he's not been very good when he comes on, but we don't play to his style, to his strengths. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be an uphill battle for Voldemort. Eddie Howe doesn't know how to use him. To put them both on with a Langa, that will just fry his brain. That will fry Eddie's brain.
Because the only way it works is if we use Visser as an inside forward who will look to curve his run out to in. So
Yeah.
Ultimado were playing through, and Langa's got his pace. The idea is that the wingers should push beyond. He plays it into space, then joins them on the next phase of play. That's how I've noticed he plays. But if you've got Murphy that hugs the touchline, Barnes that relies on the 1-2 or wants to dribble inside to have a shot, Gordon is the same. He wants to take the man outside or dribble inside to have a shot. You're never going to get the best out of Ultimada. And on top of that, just whipping the balls in. He's either not going to be there or heading
Yeah.
ain't his strongest attribute. So you
But,
can
but
see how they've not really thought recruitment wise how like they all suit each other, you know?
yeah, and that's correct. And that's what I was saying to winning them. It was like the this is why ball retention and having players that can retain the football is so important. Because if you look at it, guys, do we have any Spanish players in our team?
No.
No.
Who has the most retaining out of all the players in outside abroad? Who retains the football and uses the football more than any other team?
Arsenal.
Spain.
I said Arsenal.
You ain't country, okay. Oh.
But like Spain, they use the football, right? So
Yeah.
wouldn't you look for those types of players going? That's the type of player we need to look for going forward if we're going to keep Walter Maida. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, yeah. Just quickly, there's an interesting comment from Paul here. He said, big up Paul. He said, with no money spent and a club on TV saying how big they can be, do you think, like me, that the club will be up for sale soon? Well, I think someone will tell us all we need to know in it, because obviously we had that talk about the training ground, but that seems to have gone quiet. We don't seem to be progressing too much with this new stadium or extending St James's Park. No training sponsors. You know what I mean? So they haven't backed Howe in
Yeah,
in the January transfer window.
He said he doesn't want it to be in the middle of a field. So is that giving it a clue that it might be at Lees's Park? Because
Maybe.
now
it's only adjacent to St James's Park. That's still going to be within that area, right? So
it's supposed to be near the airport, like 5 miles from the 5 miles. Yeah,
sorry, my bad. I was talking about the
Wilson.
stadium.
Yeah.
Sorry, not the
Oh, okay, the
stadium.
stadium. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I with that, I was hoping Jim would have pushed him on that on Talk Sport. Hopkinson on Talk Sport. I was hoping Jim would have asked him that question, but he didn't ask him. But like you you got to realize the PIF is actually trying to sell their Saudi clubs right now. They are trying to sell the clubs that they own in Saudi right now. Actually, I think Al Nassr was one of those clubs is actually in the process right now of getting the outside ownership
Oh wow.
outside of Saudi. So by 2030 and by 20, when the World Cup in Saudi, they will not own any more Saudi clubs. They by that time, when the World Cup comes around, they will not that PIF will not be ownerships on any of those clubs.
Okay.
They'll
Okay.
Yeah.
probably sell it to another royal family member or something.
Well, no, they're actually trying to sell it to outside investors.
Really?
Like,
Really?
yeah, yeah. And I think the one that they're trying to sell now is actually to an outside investor, and it'll be an individual investor.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we got a super chat in. Big up Giniesta. Hashtag justice for Jeffo. He got abused for so long. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat.
I didn't get a chance to put Chris under pressure or win. Well, I kind of did the win, but not with Chris because
You was
literally,
feeling sorry for him.
if anybody watched, right, this is like very WWE style. We on Raw right now. I was on SmackDown literally last week, and they were rebuttaling everything I was saying. But it sounded to me like Chris was very much in agreement with what I was saying. So no
Yeah.
one wants to admit that, I've been right for a long time. I was made to be a pariah by the fan base and almost like a mad person. And I guess we'll get a little bit into our origin story in a bit. But, me and D-Man and AC, you ain't here. We've been on this train for a long time. I'm talking pretty much 2 years. We could see the cracks that people couldn't see. And the abuse that we've received on social media has been a joke. A joke.
Well, yeah. So like that was thing because I've watched a few of your shows a few years ago. You know what I mean? And
Which we'll
like,
get to.
yeah, and like that was I noticed that a lot actually. Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Well, listen, before we move on, smash the likes, people. I keep asking. Yeah, it's for a reason. I don't like begging. Yeah, but please, it does help. It does help the channel.
Help.
And speaking of the channel, listen, it's not all doom and gloom. Yeah, like I said, we're not going to let Newcastle United spoil our mood because, today is our 100th episode. It means a lot to us to be 100 not out. So thank you all who supported the channel. Those in the comments, those silent listeners as well, those who sent the super chats recently, But yeah, we just take a moment to just to appreciate what we've achieved at this given time. So Jefferson, I don't know if you want to talk about this origin story that you just mentioned.
Yeah, it's crazy because I don't know how it all happened, but I remember seeing you on X, AC on X, and we all used to like back each other up in the comments. And I thought, right, like these brothers are kind of cool. And then we started a little group, and then I think AC was like, "Yo, let's do a podcast, man. Let's get into this." So I was like, "Nah, I don't know about this. You guys strung me in." And then, if anybody doesn't know, D-Man coined the moniker 90's Mags, which, it's that light bulb moment. And the rest is history, man. Like, I'm so happy we've got here.
Yeah, man. For those who don't know, we did start as a three. AC was the original member, so big up AC. But like Jefferson said, we used to chat on the socials, then move it to WhatsApp, and then AC got the idea to do the podcast, and we started as newbies, got the setup, and the rest is history. We've had some very interesting episodes, some very humorous ones, yeah, some controversial ones. Like so, we got the first time we did the first one about Eddie. That was really, what was it? What did we name it again?
Was it?
He don't want to be saved.
He don't want to be
He don't want to
saved.
be saved. Yeah, we did get a lot of so it's an interesting feedback from that one because many people couldn't understand where we were coming from. And I will give Jefferson his credit because he's the one that stayed consistent throughout the whole time. Yeah, me and AC kind of like was kind of backing him a bit. We kind of wavered, but listen, the message has been clear from the outset. But listen, it's been a blast so far. So hopefully it's the start of many more. Favorite episode, Jefferson? What was your favorite episode?
There's been so many. There's been so many. I think I forgot the one. It might have been after. Was it after Wolves? Obviously, Wolves. Wolves away. I think he don't want to be saved. Part 2 was probably a big one. We all dressed in black and we were just mad. We were mad, but I love that energy. And I think that's when people really sussed out who we were about, what we're about, what our channel was about. And I think we really put ourselves out there as the alternative. But we've also had some really happy times. Obviously, I think looking back on the review for the 2-0 away win
At Arsenal.
at Arsenal was pretty damn big. And if anyone wants to go back and watch some of the earlier episodes, AC very naughtily put on some outtakes, and there's ones where we just could not stop creasing. There's ones he's put interludes in, and I think you can see we're very much finding our feet, but I think we've got our flow now, and just want to give a big thanks to everyone that's joined us for the rides. Obviously, subscribers, new and old. But and maybe some of you as well, put in the chat if you have been following us for a while, what your favorite moment or episode has been. D-Man?
Listen, some people, let's say we've got a lot of laughs, a lot of controversial ones. The dark times, when we lost to, I think, was it West Ham last season? Was it last time we lost to West Ham?
Oh yeah, the 2-0 home
The
loss.
2-0 home that lost to West Ham. I think there was the Fulham loss as well. There's some times where we've just come
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
we did that impromptu emergency episode, didn't we?
Yeah, all of that. It was, and to be fair, a lot of people like when me and you argue, bro. we don't always agree on the same point, but we do argue sometimes. We debate. We debate.
We debate. Very
Good.
much big brother, little brother.
Yeah. And listen, we've had a lot of people on the show as well, from a lot of Newcastle fans on there, a lot of rival fans on there. We've got Man City on fans, we've got Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, Spurs fans, just to mix it up a little bit. So, appreciate all those that have contributed and helped with the show as well. But yeah, man, it's a sign of things to come in it. We've got bigger things to come. We've got some special
Yeah.
guests coming up as well. So stay tuned for that. Some surprise guests going to be coming on. But yeah, let's hope we can still, we can start celebrating a bit more before the end of the season, because right about now, yeah, it's hard work coming on there, cussing all the time, bro. Like
But you got to see it like this, D man. Right, we've been the dark siders because we were a small camp, right? Those people that were brave enough to kind of take our side and beat Eddie out. But it's growing and growing, and essentially we're starting to become a rebellion. And what will happen is we will be the new republic. We will win when Eddie is out, and we take over and we get our club back from the Colties. It's as simple as that.
Well, credit for William. He said, "You guys gave a voice to those of us who had the nerve to question things. It was great when I finally found my tribe within the tribe." Appreciate it, William. Appreciate it.
And you know what? One more thing to go back to episode 1, which is a bit embarrassing to watch back, by the way. So if you guys do go back to that, please don't cuss. We were trying to find our way. But I think something that was very unique, it almost put a tear in my eye. Getting texts back from people after the first couple of episodes that, as a panel, we were 3 black Newcastle fans, which is so relatable to a group of people who honestly thought they were alone, that they were arguably the only black Newcastle fans. And what's quite interesting is even Win and his drunk friends, if you notice, the guy said, "Oh my God, I'm not the only chocolate." I mean, again, I know that's kind of crazy, and he's probably had a few
He
beers.
just come off the sauce, mate.
But it's the reality as well, right? And I think what we're seeing is our fan base is growing. And again, those that have been really supportive have just seen us as supporters. They've not shown us any prejudice. And yeah, has come with positive curiosity. We really appreciate that as well.
But listen, for those in the comments as well, let us know what you like to see from 90's and Magpie moving forward. What are the bits you do like? What's your favourite parts? Let us know, man. 'Cause we try to appeal to the masses, and hopefully you share with your people. We sometimes we got the controversial take sometimes, but we're honest at the end of the day. Yeah, we don't sugarcoat stuff. We just say how it is. Some of you may agree, some of you may not, but it's good to debate some of you lot in the comments, because some of them are very much behind Eddie Howe, which we can appreciate. So it is what it is, man. But listen, we enjoyed being here. Long way to continue. We've got the support of NUFC Talk TV. We've got to appreciate Chris. That's Chris Win and the gang. And yeah, man, enjoyed it, man. Enjoyed it. But
Uh,
they got
I just wanted to say something what Jefferson said before about being in the minority and stuff. I come from a small island, St. Helena Island. It's a British overseas territory. And I started supporting Newcastle when I was 5, back in like 95 or something like that. I think it was, what I don't even remember now, but all I knew was black and white. And then when there's more Newcastle friends from there that most of them are actually living in the UK now, and they've been to St James Park to games. And to come from St Helena, like myself, went all the way, travel miles and miles to come all the way through South Africa to come to here. And to go to games that costs us a lot of money and stuff. So I've been sticking neck by our club for a long, long time, through the hard times, through everything. We wouldn't Newcastle been our life forever, you know what I mean? We was actually trying to get tickets this year to try to see games, but you can't, you know? But it was good to hear Jafferin say that you thought that you were the minority, but you're not, buds. There's loads of fans out there. It's just like,
from all
even
walks
in
of life, man. All walks of
yeah,
life.
all walks of
Walks of
life.
life.
That's what makes the club so
Yeah,
great, man. That's what makes the club
And,
so
yeah.
and do
great.
you want to let people know where St Helena is on
So
the
it's in
map?
the south. It's in the South Atlantic. So it's just a small island, like tiny. You can't even practically see it on the map. So it's like next to Africa. It broke off from Brazil back in the day, and it's Saint Helena, and then we have a sister island called Ascension Island, and then below us would be the Falkland Islands, where I live now, and work now. But it's a beautiful island, sun, sea, everything like that, and it's football crazy. It's really football crazy. And I think I don't know, probably 6 years ago was the first time that we actually got island team to get represented in the island games. So or football. So yeah, you should go there, man. It's beautiful. It's a British island. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Some
Yeah.
our pals put a comment saying, Saint Helena, damn, I thought bro was from New York with some Irish heritage.
Hey, listen, just
Love
quickly
that,
though,
love it.
because right, obviously, 90s mags, right? We've been supporting Newcastle since the 90s. So, question for those in the chat, right? Give us the quick reason why you started supporting Newcastle United, whether it's a player or a particular reason, a particular game, or its heritage. Mine is Andy Cole, yeah, from 1993, yeah, Andy
Hmm.
Cole, yeah. Jefferson,
Yeah, it was a weird one because I think although I was like into Andy Cole, I hadn't fully committed to Newcastle yet. I didn't actually support a team. And then obviously it was the era of the entertainers that nailed it down for me, 1995, 96 season. Obviously, I still remember seeing Ginola whipping one in against Sheffield Wednesday, and I was absolutely hooked.
okay, Javoy,
Yeah, 95. Ginola, like he was phenomenal player. And I was a big Alan Shearer fan because I used to play striker when I was younger and stuff. And I always wanted to be like Alan Shearer, even when he was at Blackburn. So like, I was a big Alan Shearer fan, but Ginola, Shearer, and just Newcastle, man, the passion that like the fans had at that time, man, it was a buzz. And we only got TV at that time as well, so like it was good. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it was good. Yeah.
okay. Anthony said Andy Cole for me too. Big up Anthony.
Big one.
And King said it was Kevin Keegan's team.
Mm.
Listen, before we go, it's just a quick prediction on the Spurs game because that's the next game coming up, and that's I know we have to
We
bring the
should have
mood
done
down a
that
little bit.
first. Oh my god.
um, Scants, you're causing trouble. You're
Oh,
causing trouble.
oh.
There is no all. There is no all. Yeah.
Well, I know, yeah, for you, I know there's just
Is
yeah, I
listen.
hear that.
Scants is asked is Shearer or R9 Ronaldo. Listen, I love Alan Shearer. I love Newcastle, but let's not be silly here.
Oh,
Shearer,
don't talk about R9.
Shearer,
R9's king.
Shearer could not lace R9's boots. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Right? Do not put them in the same category ever.
Well,
Yeah,
funnily enough, the year that Ronaldo was it his first World Player of the Year? Shearer came third, which is
Yeah, he
quite
came third.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And Bobby Robson signed Ronaldo because he couldn't sign Alan Shearer because we think he turned him down, so he couldn't sign Alan Shearer, so he signed Ronaldo. But come on, man, come on, let's
Well,
keep
I
it.
actually cut my hair like Ronaldo. I've never
No.
cut my I've never actually cut my hair like Alan Shearer before. So I cut my hair like Ronaldo once. Yeah. So yeah.
Corin said it's not about who has more goals. Come on, man. Let's be serious. Come on. Yeah. Our R9 was scoring braces in World Cup finals, my friend. Yeah.
Well,
The quality of
I
goals.
would put R9 above a lot of play. I would put
He's my
R9 is
favorite.
number one for me
Yeah, he's
anyway.
number one for me
No
as well.
matter no matter what it is, what player you put in front of
Listen,
me.
my social media handle is ill phenomenal. Yeah, that's how much I rate the guy. Yeah, and listen, I got books of him, DVDs, posters, everything.
Yeah.
The guy's the king, man. He's the
Problem
king.
is R9 is out of context, and I just think he shouldn't be categorized because I think it's actually unfair. Because if he continued on the trajectory he was on before he had any
Yeah.
injuries, he'd be, I don't care, Messi, CR7, anyone, he would be levels above, and everybody knows it. It's just unfortunate what happened. However, such is the testament of how good he is that even half of his career is
Yeah.
better than most players have ever existed. So
Yeah. Christina said, "Have you seen the video of the guy who goes to the hairdresser to ask Ronaldo a haircut?" Yeah.
no way.
No, he asked. He meets Cristiano Ronaldo, and then they gave him the R9 one, bro. They gave him the R9. That should teach him. There's only one Ronaldo. Anyway,
Oh, that's funny. That's
but
funny.
nah, listen. Score for the Spurs game, Jefferson.
We're away, right?
Yeah, I'll be going
Issue
for that
is
one.
they've just had Romero suspended now,
Yeah,
and he's been pivotal to them this season.
he's garbage.
But he scored a few, I know, but he scored a few goals for them. I'm gonna go, unfortunately, 2-1 Spurs.
Okay. Chavoy?
Well, I went for 3-2 for Brentford tonight, and it was 3-1. I went for 3-1, sorry, and it was 3-2. So I hate going against Newcastle, man, but I just can't see a win right now. So I actually gonna go 2-2, actually.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm,
I'm gonna go for a 2-1 loss. I think I'm gonna lose that one. And the heat will be fully on. But just quickly, read some of these comments. I know it's just gone left here, but Juju said, in all my years as football and Newcastle fan, I've never seen a coach tactically better than Eddie Howe, and I think he's the best coach we ever had. Back him and trust the process. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. We can still do this. We are Newcastle. I love the positivity. I respect it. Yeah. Don't agree with it, but I respect it. Yeah. So big up. Just some quickly random tweets here. Harpo says R9's the GOAT, the phenomenon, the reason why I truly fell in love with football. You know your ball, mate. You know your
I
ball.
had the R9 football on the Game Boy Color as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Foxy said, go watch R9's Barca season. Sherry is a legend and never had a season as complete as that. Yeah, agreed.
He's
Let's
still
not compare Shearer to Ronaldo R9 now. Come on, keep that down.
But that's what he said. That's what he said. He said Sherry is a legend and never had a season like that. So I agree, but I agree.
R9's still a legend in Eindhoven and PSV. They absolutely love him still.
Big up Coronel. I'm a 90's Max too. We saw Prime R9 get fist up in France. Baba Boom made his hairline receive back. Well, hold on a minute. So what did he do after that? Yeah, 4 years later. Has Sherry won a World Cup? Has Sherry scored 15 World Cup goals? Don't think so. Yeah, and you talk about that World Cup campaign. Who was player of the tournament? Please tell me.
But he had the epileptic fit the night
Right.
before, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And,
Yeah.
You could see that he wasn't right. You could see that he wasn't
100%.
right.
100%. Yeah, but he got player of the tournament. Come on, man. Come on. What we doing there?
Shearer is our legend, though. Newcastle United.
Oh, yeah,
legend.
100%.
He's our legend. You know what I mean?
And Shearer's another one. He had 2 ACLs.
Yeah,
Imagine
2 ACL injuries.
if we had the blistering Shearer that was at Blackburn, I think it would have been a wrap for everyone.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But listen, I think we're going on for an hour and 22 minutes.
Before we go off, can we quickly go through all the super chats? Because there was so many today, just to say thank you to people before we go off.
So thank you to Scance. Thank you to who else? Giniesta. Thank you for Nash. Who else did one? Who did your?
I think Betsy as well.
Betsy as well. Yeah, big up Betsy as well. So big up all the super chats. Giniesta did one. Where we got Giniesta. Well, there's so many comments today. It's so hard to get through them.
So many.
But yeah, I think that's all of them. So big up.
But big up everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, it helps the channel.
A celebration of sorts despite the shit result. But stick with us. More great content to come. Here's to the next 100.
I don't know where you got that one from, but fair enough, innit? But yeah, we'll be back to review the Spurs game. We'll be back on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Thank you for joining for the first time. Good to have you on.
Thank you guys. It's awesome. Thanks a lot.
No problem. But until next time, we're out.
Peace.